Schedule a free design consultation, and the more you buy, the more you'll save on blinds, shades, shutters, and more from Budget Blinds. Visit budgetblinds.com today.
And Moses, there are a lot of young kids who dream of playing major, junior, or even in an NHL. It's the same for those sporting the stripes, too.
Yeah, and for one local hockey player or one local hockey referee that is making the dream or the jump to the Western Hockey League definitely came true, and he takes us on a journey of a typical night.
I got a call to do a preseason game, and I was pretty pumped about that. And a couple weeks later, I got an email saying, "Congratulations, you're hired." I remember driving home, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely what I want to do. Yeah! I thought that was going to hit you.
It's been quite a year for Lloydminster's Ethan Cronkite, who just made the jump to the Western Hockey League.
Why you guys do this in the first place? Just kind of just
warm up.
Just warm up.
Get our team morale going.
Yeah.
Always good on the ice.
Team morale.
Clear your brain.
Learning lessons along the way.
You got to do your homework before your game, mentally prepare yourself. Usually what we do is we get the stats of the players, especially for me as a linesman. You got to know your players that are the ones causing trouble out on the ice.
You guys need to cue in on 12, Tyrell Goulburn. He will stir the pot all night long.
Just keep that in the back of your mind, and for me, that's how I mentally prepare. You definitely get the nerves and the adrenaline rush, but I just always keep telling myself to just stay calm out there, and everything will take care of itself.
Have fun. Always.
The pace of the game is definitely a lot quicker. The skill is a lot better. The players are bigger and stronger.
Back to the line again. Here's Kirkland, top of the right circle. His quick shot saved by Jari, rebound, they score!
Being kind of in the middle of the season now and settling down, it's that awe is kind of worn off, and now it's I'm in the work mode.
Change for the 24-year-old who's gone through the rigors of both minor and senior hockey.
I think I'd rather deal with the 16 and 20-year-olds. So the senior hockey's it's pretty dirty, so I would rather break up a fight of young men. Than a fight of old men, so.
Spending 6 years going through the ranks, it wasn't easy for Ethan.
I remember one year in minor hockey, I was like in the dumps. I didn't really want to do it anymore, and Rob Anderson and Marlon Dick at the time called me up and say, "Hey, you got a good future. We want you to stick with it." And I was like, "Okay, I'll stick with it another year."
A move encouraged by his mentor.
I know from seeing him from from back in 2008 to where he is now, puts a big smile on my face to see some of the things, you just had that little bit of help and stuff, and they took it to the furthest that they can take it at this point in time.
The night is almost done for Ethan, meaning more experience gained. Just another step towards his bigger goal.
That's why we're all at this level, is to make the jump to either the American League or a professional league or even the NHL. So that's definitely one of the motivators for being here.
The Lloydminster Bobcats have hit the road for a 2-game road trip this weekend. Tonight they're in Spruce Grove facing a team that just had their 18-game win streak snapped by Drayton Valley in a shootout. Now we're in the final stretch of games for the Cats with only 6 games to go, 4 on the road, by the way. The team knows they're running out of time to gain some breathing room from the teams below.
We're a team that I can honestly say haven't came to that peak yet, and we've showed signs of it. We've had games where we've peaked, but to get that consistent level is something we're really gearing for in the next 6 games. So I think playing these good teams and these teams that are definitely going to be in the playoffs is a real good test for us.
The Bobcats are coming off a 9-0 win and a 3-2 overtime loss last weekend, and a big factor in those games was the play of Taylor Allen. The 19-year-old had 5 points in a pair of games, including 2 goals and 2 assists on Saturday.
I've got my confidence back, and I came here kind of down on myself. I hadn't really produced much earlier this year, and I think coaches just really believed in me, and they actually gave me a shot so I could, get my hands back and my scoring touch back. And I think it's really starting to come into pace now with these last few games.
Now, puck drop tonight is at 7 o'clock. Then they'll head to Whitecourt for a 7:30 Valentine's Day matchup. Cats currently have a 4-point cushion for second in the North. Some more AJHL news today. The league announced the 2015 award finalists, and the Bonneville Pontiacs have 3 contenders. Ryan Black, the defenseman, for the most outstanding D-man, Brinson Pashnik for Rookie of the Year, and Rick Swan for the fantastic job he's done behind the bench. He gets the Coach of the Year nod. Now, former Bobcats captain Lyndon Springer was also nominated for Outstanding Defenseman. No Bobcats were nominated this year. Now, it is a do-or-die situation for the Lloydminster Foremost Heat in their playoff series after a 13-4 clubbing at the hands of the Fort Saskatchewan Rangers earlier this week. Now, the Heat need to win this Saturday to stay alive in their best-of-3 series.
We were bad early. We weren't prepared to play, and we came out a little bit soft. Gave up some shots early from good scoring chances that went in, and then a couple from bad scoring areas that went in too. And then it kind of deflated the guys a little bit.
Sean Coulter says that was not the way the team wanted to start the postseason, but he's not sitting back. He wants his players to use the beating as motivation for their home game on Saturday.
I think we really need to understand that now they might sit back a little bit and think, okay, well, now they're going to pack their bags, and that's not the case. We got to show intensity, and we got to come out with some fire and get on them early. And they have some really skilled hockey players, no question, but so do we.
Now the Heat will play Saturday once again. Robert B. Holmes Arena will be the location at the Service Sports Center. Puck drop at 1 o'clock. Now, if they win, they will force a third and deciding game, which will be back in Fort Saskatchewan on Sunday. Now, to some of the boards, the Junior B Bandits were sitting in, well, 4th place or 5th place by the end of the season. Well, guess what? They had to take on the 4th place and one of the hottest teams, the St. Paul Canadians. Now, this was a best-of-7 series. Canadians had the edge during the regular season. Well, you know what? They also had the edge starting off. The Bandits down 2-0 early, but they stormed back with a pair of goals from Anthony Renier, Colton Anderson, and Calvin Koska for the 6-3 victory. The Bandits now head back to St. Paul for Game 2 on Sunday. Meanwhile, the Lloydminster Border Kings kick off their best-of-7 series tonight on the road against the Bonneville Senior Pontiacs. Should be a great contest between those two rivals. Also, we'll go to ACAC action tonight on the hard court. The Lakeland Rustlers basketball teams in action, taking on the Augustana Vikings. Now, tip-off for the women is at 6, while the men hit the court at 8. Meantime, the volleyball teams are also playing after getting a bye week last week. They are in Camrose tonight to face the same Vikings.